good afternoon and welcome to a very special edition of Valley Spotlight.
As always, I am Lauren and that's Mike, and right in the middle,
special guest Frank Moses, the president of Golden Ticket Theater Productions. Is that right? Did I get that right?
Golden Star Theaters.
Golden Star Theaters, thank you.
You're
the
good.
star's right outside. I should have known that, right?
Should have.
Yeah.
Mike, welcome. Lauren, welcome to the Golden Star Theaters.
it is
so glad to have you guys.
It's so good to be here, and I have to say, the second you walk in, you know you guys have made a commitment to making this entire venue something that we've never even seen before. I have to admit, it's so beautiful.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. We appreciate hearing that. Thank
This
you
is the
so much.
Austintown location. How much did you sink into the place, Frank? Come on. Just tell us the good
Let's get to the hard questions first.
Well, we made an investment a little over $2.5 million into this location.
Yeah, you wanted it to be special, right?
We did. You know, we're family run and we're local. We're out of the Western Pennsylvania market and so forth. And this is similar to our market and so forth. And we wanted to come in, and we have a standard when we come in and do a theater. And the Austintown market fit our standards and so forth. And we wanted to show them what we run as a theater.
Some of the features?
Pardon me?
Some of the features?
Some of the features, well, if you could see, we put all electric reclining chairs in this theater. So the entire complex is fully luxury theaters, seats, excuse me. We did a lot of amenities and so forth. We increased all the sound to 7.1 Dolby up here. So all the sound is to a high level sound.
Nice.
We run all digital projection, as our industry is right now. We enlarged all the screens to the maximum that we could fit into the houses. All the amenities, the drapes, rug, we put new concession in, all new equipment. We upgraded the menu to a much better menu. And we introduced, and we will have it shortly, but we have alcohol coming in.
Nice.
Yes, the township has been very supportive, and we have alcohol coming in. And the alcohol here is for an amenity. It's for when you come in, grab a beer, you get your nachos, come on in, sit down, and
watch
enjoy
a show.
amenity. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would say Lauren and I were talking before about not just the amenities here, but how to book the seats, because things are a little bit different now. You're wearing a mask right now, right?
We are. So our industry, as well as everybody else, we mandate that you have to have a mask coming in here, and and maintain social distancing. But we want to give you a comfort level. We want to make sure that people realize, first of all, you could book online our mobile app. Golden Star Theaters is our mobile app. And you get online, all the seats are reserved seating. You pick your seats, you download your seats on your phone, come into the theater. If you want, you can walk directly to the theater and just sit down without bothering anybody.
Wow.
But we hope you don't do that.
No, I was going to say, I was like, wow.
Gotta get popcorn and nachos.
Concession. Like I said, we upgraded the menu. We have pizza, we have chicken tenders, we have potato wedges, besides the basic nachos and pretzels, and our famous popcorn. Our popcorn is a die for.
We're going to have some popcorn in a few minutes, don't you think, Michael? And enjoy some reclining seats, which I sat in, like, I would never even want to get up. So, Frank, congratulations on all of this.
Well,
I mean, it's impressive, right, Mike?
Yeah, very impressive. We're going to talk more about it as we go along through the show.
Well, I'm glad to give you guys a tour.
All right, we're getting the show started. We did this story the other day, and as a mom or a parent, when something's wrong with your kids. Yep. Even if the doctor or the hospital says there's nothing wrong or we can't find it, you just know something is amiss. And that happened to a family out toward Courtsville and Hubbard, and we have a very interesting story. Please don't cry. Well, try your best anyhow, about Mike Partolino. If you didn't know better, little Michael Partolino looks like any other 6-year-old. He likes golf.
A driver is my favorite.
He has music and piano lessons every week.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. And you play it or just sing it?
Play it.
You're playing it.
And sing it too.
Well, that's pretty good. And he just had his 6th birthday party when he got some cool presents.
A dinosaur that goes in the microwave.
Come on, really? You don't eat it though, do you?
Nuh-uh.
Okay.
That's the toy that we snuggle with.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Goes in the microwave.
When you do notice things are a little more challenging for Michael, it's because he walks with a cane because of his eyesight. Do you like that cane or do you not like it?
Yes.
You do like it?
I do. It's my new cane.
Yeah? What?
And then when we hold it, it's this.
It extends out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Michael wasn't born this way.
absolutely was meeting all his developmental targets as he should have. No issues, just a normal kid doing his thing.
Then last year, things began to change, and Mom and Dad noticed.
February of 19 started, all of a sudden I watched him, he was walking around with his head in the air like he was looking up. But that's how he was seeing people.
That began a string of trips to doctors and hospitals all over Ohio. Finally, they found out what was wrong.
March 16th is when Tom and I went to meet with the geneticist, and we were given the diagnosis.
And that diagnosis was Batten disease, a condition so rare, only 400 families in the United States are dealing with it, and only 14,000 in the world.
45 minutes we spent with the doctor, but the conversation took all of 1 minute to say, there's no treatment, there's no cure, there's nothing we can do, and it's 100% fatal.
In Michael's case, it started with his vision.
What do you see when you look? Can you see shapes or light or what?
The ground.
You can see the ground pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
Can you run?
Yes, pretty fast.
Really?
Since then, it's progressed to some hallucinations when he sleeps and short-term memory loss, which will eventually lead to dementia.
It really puts life into perspective, you know. The fact that he didn't put his shoes away and I got to trip over him is no longer important.
It's true.
And so we have a fabulous support group around us of friends and family. But it's hard to try to keep a normal day for a 6-year-old knowing what we know.
Michael actually does a pretty good job to manage what he goes through, but there are some hurdles along the way.
So he's frustrated, and I get it, you know, it's difficult. And the eye doctor actually said to me that he was in awe of him to imagine, of course at the time he was 5, he said, imagine a 5-year-old and what he goes through to get through the day. And never once, Mike, did he ever say to Tom or I, something's wrong, I can't see, it's different, he's just adapted as kids do. But it's pretty amazing that he did and could function and do all these things, and we didn't know what was going on.
Yes, it is. It goes like this, so you can see which way.
All right. Michael keeps plugging along, but for the adults in his life, it's more difficult. They can't really help, and it's heartbreaking to sit and watch. There is the possibility of a study he could take part in the future, but no one knows when. In the meantime, there is a golf outing fundraiser coming up at his dad's course, Parto's Golf and Learning Center.
You know, I don't want any other family to go through what we're going through. So to get the word out for people, it's huge. And then of course, just the overwhelming support and feedback we've gotten. Just kind of knowing that many people care, you know, for him, for us. People we don't know, but, you know, just, it restores your faith in humanity, especially in the craziness that we're living in today. It's hard, but we get through. We have to. He's 6, he doesn't know anything is going on other than the fact that he knows he struggles to see.
Well, we want to thank Tom and Tammy and Mike's aunt for that story. If you'd like to be a part of the golf outing, it's going to be really fun. It is Saturday, September 19th at Parto's Golf and Learning Center, and there's a bunch of different levels if you'd like to help sponsor it, whether you sponsor a hole or music or whatever. And it's just, it's heartbreaking, but I'm glad I got to tell it. Do you know what I mean?
It's a remarkable story, and you're right, Mike. When something's wrong with your baby, you just know.
Right.
You just
know. You know, the cool thing about this outing is they're going to, one of the people has to play blindfolded.
Oh, how fun is is that?
Because Michael can't see, so you have to do that.
That
too.
is such a good idea.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Wonderful stuff. You know, our friend Mark Canzonetta.
I do.
We one time we grilled out on the patio. So we're going to take a trip down memory lane and meet up with him in just a few minutes.
Well, 72 years is a long time for anyone. It used to be that you were old at 72, but not anymore. You know, we're just coming into a new age of regrowth for Ducat, and we're very proud to have been supporting the Valley and all of our customers for 72 years. It's a true testament to our customers having the faith that they have had in us for 72 years.
So let yourself go to Ducat. Let yourself go to Ducat.
And she would always say, honey, you snore so loud, I can't believe how loud you snore. And I'm like, what?
And he claims I quit breathing. I've tried 4 different masks to make it work, and I just can't do it. And I'll be honest with you, I did not know what REM sleep felt like before the appliance. I really did not. I never had that deep of a sleep before.
Salt Me is a company that produces products that are made out of Himalayan sea salt. I have a love affair with Himalayan sea salt. And as an ear, nose, and throat doctor, the most important thing for me is that the products are going to be effective and that they're going to be safe for patients. So I make products that help sinus conditions, and I make products that are going to be good for the skin and good for the body. And all of them are made of Himalayan sea salt.
Oftentimes Pesto's test kitchen, well, it changes places just depending on where Pesto is.
Yeah,
Pesto.
because I'm everywhere. It's like Waldo.
Right. We love it when you are with us, Mark, and I have to say, this is one of my favorite places.
It's my favorite place too. I mean, it's great to be in downtown Youngstown and have this great patio, and we're going to be remodeling it next year to make it a much more grand patio. So there's going to be a big addition next year with an overhang roof, so we don't have to worry about, you know, the wind tunnel and the downpours and all those kind of things. So it's going to be a lot of fun coming up pretty soon.
I didn't even get to ask you the question, like, what's new? He just jumps right into it.
I'm sorry.
Which is what I love.
That's because you and I are simpatico.
I know. He's like, she knows it's coming, and yes, that's the reason that we're out here right now. But gosh, when we just first started, when we first started Valley Spotlight and we first started Bistro 1907, Mark and we joined forces.
We did, and it's been a great friendship for a long time, and now partnership in Valley Spotlight. So we're excited. You know, all the trials and tribulations we've been through this spring and summer and ongoing. You know, we see activity again, and it's great to see it in historic downtown Youngstown. And you know, we want more people to come back down. I mean, we might not have all the bells and whistles we had with the concerts and the theater and everything like that, but the energy's still here.
It really is, and it's a great feeling. Do you remember the day that we had Youngstown Propane bring a grill out here and you grilled a giant piece of meat?
Yeah, that was a pretty big piece of meat. That was a 48-ounce bone-in ribeye, otherwise known as a tomahawk chop.
All right, we're gonna take a trip down memory lane.
Yeah. Can we find my cutting board after that?
I know, we never found the cutting board. So all the stuff that you didn't know.
That cutting board was custom made for me.
All right, let's take a look at this right now. Well, we're changing things up today in the test kitchen because we have moved everything that's fantastic about Bistro 1907
We're outside, Lauren.
Out to the patio.
I know,
Mark.
what a beautiful day in Youngstown, Ohio.
It doesn't get much better than this.
I know, and we're sitting here
in
historic downtown Youngstown overlooking the square, and we're going to cook some beef because we're in summer.
Cook some serious beef. Look at the size of this thing.
So this is our 48-ounce tomahawk ribeye steak from Lanning's. It's near Mount Vernon, Ohio, a little bit south of Columbus, and that's 48 ounces, 2 inches thick, of tomahawk ribeye steak, and we're going to cook that. So Lauren, I want you to help season that for me. So I'm going to put liberal amount of salt, because when you have a piece of meat 2 inches thick, you have to season it liberally.
So you just keep on going?
You just keep going like this is what you're paid to do for a living.
Gosh, that grill is so hot too. Thank you to our friends from Youngstown Propane.
Absolutely, they delivered it this morning.
Bringing this out for us today, because my goodness, is that baby hot right now.
Yes,
I feel
it is.
it on my face.
So now we're going to take this.
Oh, am I good? Is it good enough?
You're good, and I can add a little bit more, and we're just going to put it on the grill. And if you don't hear that noise when you put it on the grill, you're in trouble, because you're going to steam the meat. Because what we want to do is we want to start to caramelize the sugars inside of the beef and the proteins inside of the beef, so it has that great bark. When we go to eat it, okay? So this steak on your grill, and this is enough to feed a family of 4. So this could be a luxury at the end of the summer barbecue, or this would be where you're having some great friends over to have a cocktail party, but you want to season that liberally. It's going to be enough to serve 4 people.
That is more than enough to serve 4
So
people.
you can do this cover down, because we want to cook from the top and bottom. So we're going to put the cover down on that. And now we're going to go over and we want to serve that steak with some beautiful mushrooms, because what's not better than steak and mushrooms?
No kidding.
So we have our induction burner, and we're going to put some olive oil down. I'm going to turn that up to high.
Turn it
a little bit of butter.
Oh, I hear it a little bit.
A little bit of sizzle there.
Sizzle.
And it's going to start to sizzle. We're going to add some onions, because we want some onions. And what you have to do with onions, because onions have a lot of sulfur in them, you want to take a little bit of salt with the onions, and it draws out the sulfur, draws out the moisture, and it starts to release them and make them caramelized and both sweet and soft.
A little bit sweeter, so it like balances out the acid?
Exactly. We're going to add 2 different kinds of mushrooms. We're going to add shiitakes, because I love shiitake mushrooms. They're meaty, they're earthy, they're delicious. And then we're going to add the mushrooms we all grew up with.
I was going to say, those
the
I
moonlight
recognize.
mushrooms. Yes, these are the moonlight mushrooms we grew up with. And sometimes you got them in the can at home, and sometimes you got them fresh. It just depended. So now I want to throw down some fresh herbs on this. I love having basil. I love having thyme and rosemary to go with mushrooms. It's such a great
And you just leave
flavor.
it in whole like
We're just going to leave it in whole like that, and it's going to flavor the whole dish. We're going to add some slivered garlic, because I like to add slivered garlic, because that way if my guest doesn't want that garlic going in, they just like the flavor of it.
Take it out.
They can take it out and put it off to the side.
So you don't have bad breath later.
You don't have bad breath later. Okay? And we're just going to start to let these saute down, and you can see they're starting to get happy.
I love it when you say they start to get happy.
They're starting to get happy.
We're going to make t-shirts that say,
I know.
Get happy.
Well, you got to take a little bit from the past, and Emeril Lagasse, one of the greatest showmen in Food Network history, he always made things happy in the saute pan. So to make this really happy now, we're going to make Cabernet mushrooms. So we're going to take, and if you want to step back just a little bit, and we're going to add about a half a bottle of Cabernet to this. And we're just going to let that Cabernet Sauvignon cook inside of there. And just remember, Lauren, when you're cooking with wine, you want to make sure you're able to drink it. So tell me, how's this Cabernet taste?
I didn't see that one coming. I was like, yeah? What about it, Mark? What about it? Okay, let me test it out. And you guys have some really great house wines.
Oh, we have some great house. We have 24 different glasses of wine, bottles of wine you can get by the glass. And at happy hour, they're half off Monday through Friday.
Cheers.
Great.
Cheers,
so
my friend.
We're going to let this cook and simmer for about a half hour. We're going to let this steak cook for about a half hour. We're going to come back in about 5 minutes. We're going to flip it over so we get those beautiful cross sear marks, or hatch marks as everybody knows them to be. And then we'll be back to finish the dish.
Sounds good, Mark. Thank you. We'll be right back. That looks dynamite.
Well, Ducat not only sells the product, but we service them. We have parts and service support for every machine that you buy at Ducat. You are purchasing a machine, it's eventually going to break or need work, and we are here to do that. You don't get that from an online sale or a mass merchant. They just don't have the ability to have the parts and the service. We send our mechanics to school every year. We have 2 Briggs & Stratton master service technicians. There are not many in the country, probably less than 5,000 in the country, and we have 2 at Ducat. And we also have gold certified steel mechanics and numerous certifications in parts and service for every brand that we carry.
So let yourself go to Ducat. Let yourself go to Ducat.
Hi, I'm Barbara Corcoran. Are you thinking of selling your home but you're not sure which agent to hire? Go to kellysoldit.com and check out Kelly Warren's guarantee to sell your home, or she will buy it. Go to kellysoldit.com and get your home sold.
Pristine Dental is accepting patients of all ages. We understand your needs during this difficult time. We'll be following public health mandates by offering one-on-one provider-to-patient care. Appointment times will be extended in order to sanitize before and after each session. And there's no need to wait inside our office. One of our staff members will welcome you into our building for your appointment as you wait safely in your vehicle. Protective gowns and eyewear will be provided. Your health and safety is our priority. Call and book your appointment at Pristine Dental today.
Hey, look at this.
Right? The magic of television,
Magic
my
of television.
dear.
So we've cooked this. We've flipped it 4 times.
4 times.
We've cooked it about 7.5 minutes on each side.
All right.
We're going to bring that up to a beautiful medium rare temperature. If you like it medium well done. I would never cook this steak well done personally, but if that's the way you like it, you bought it. It's your steak.
Exactly. You do what you want.
And then what I've done is I've pre-rested this for 5 minutes, because what happens is when you cook a steak, all the juices get pushed out.
Okay.
Whether it's steak, a pot roast, a piece of pork, or whatever, all the juices are push out from the proteins. So then what you have to do is let it rest for 5 minutes so they go back in. If not, it's going to drizzle all over everywhere.
Okay.
So we've taken these beautiful mushrooms. We're just going to swirl in some butter.
That's like is that like to finish it?
This is to finish it. We're going to finish it. Usually you finish with salt, pepper, butter. You stir that in. Now we're going to cut our steak. Look at this knife.
Now that's a knife. That's a gift. I hope that was a gift.
No, I bought that myself.
Did?
Look at this gorgeous steak.
Oh my goodness, Mark.
Unbelievable. Going right down.
It's
now you know you're going to have some fat with the ribeye, but that's okay. That's what we like.
Want.
That's what we want with that
You
ribeye.
have at least taught me that is what gives it so much flavor.
Yes, and cut those generous slices for your guests so they feel like they're having a luxurious piece of meat. We're going to take some of those beautiful, gorgeous mushrooms and the jus and put it over the top. Just like this.
Can you tell I'm getting my fork ready
You're
already?
getting your fork ready. Season with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and let's put a little bit of fresh chive down on that. And Lauren, let me cut you a little piece from the edge right over there.
I would say a little baby piece, but I don't think I want a little baby piece.
There you go.
I think I want a
Check that out.
Big mama piece.
And tell me how we did. Fantastic, right? Again, you can serve this at your party. You can serve this on your backyard. You can do whatever you want with it. You can also come down to Bistro 1907. It's not on the menu, it's on the secret menu.
Secret menu, bistro1907.com is where all these recipes are. Cheers to you, my friend.
Oh, thank you so much,
What
Lauren.
a dynamite
Cheers.
chef.
What a great
What
steak.
a treat. Oh my goodness.
So Lauren, I still cannot figure out where the cutting board is.
I know. Maybe
my
you
friend
left it in
made
the
that
grill.
for me from the custom cutting block, and it was just such a beautiful board because it was huge.
I know.
So it's not like a thing that goes like missing easy. Like we need Columbo out there, you know.
If anybody has seen Mark Canzonetta's cutting board, please respond to Bistro 1907.
You know, and then in the heat of the moment when we were cooking and doing that great segment, and just the smell of that beef and the unctuous fat cooking, and then I sliced it.
What you cut for me?
Yeah, I got caught up into it, and I gave her a little chunk of kernel fat, and
it's still so good. It was honestly still really good. People have asked me, how was all that? I'm like, it was still good. That's how great it was. And I took leftovers home, and Sabina,
and those bigger cuts of meat, it's so good when you're at home with your family.
Great.
Yeah, go to your favorite butcher, whether it's Danny Cotullo or your favorite butcher online, and you can't go wrong because it can serve 4 or 5 people.
That's the truth.
It's great.
And the U.S. Postal Service, well, they might deliver it for you.
Yeah.
So we're glad they're here too.
I mean, I send my stepmom out in Arizona every year for Christmas. I send her one of Danny's butcher boxes, and it goes all the way out there. She loves it, and she has steak for months.
I do it too.
Yeah, isn't that a great gift?
I do it too.
We're proud of you, Danny Cotullo. Keep doing what you do best, my brother.
Hey, Mark, thank you for all the support.
Yes,
of course. It's good to take a look back on like years of work. So
years of work. I mean, going back to our first segment when I first met you on WFMJ 12 years ago now.
Don't make me that old.
Oh my God, 12 years ago.
That old.
12 years ago. So great
Goes
times,
by
great
like
memories.
that. We're very fortunate. So hey, cheers to you, buddy.
Cheers to you, my lady. And stop down to Bistro 1907.
Please do. It's amazing.
Sweeney has the largest inventory in the valley.
You've got to get to Sweeney right now to choose yours. Only at Sweeney, save 25% off MSRP on the 20 Chevy Equinox or Trax.
Or save 20% off MSRP on the 2020 Chevy Blazer.
Or save 17% off the 2020 Chevy Traverse. Click SweeneyCars.com or stop by Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC.
On Market Street in Boardman.
Hi, I'm Barbara Corcoran. Are you thinking of selling your home but you're not sure which agent to hire? Go to kellysoldit.com and check out Kelly Warren's guarantee to sell your home or she will buy it. Go to kellysoldit.com and get your home sold.
Well, this week on Home Advantage, we of course have Kelly Warren of Kelly Warren and Associates with us. And Kelly, this is something that in the middle of, the COVID-19 outbreak, people are sort of reevaluating where they're putting their money.
Yeah.
And real estate has always been a pretty safe bet. And you guys are sort of, entering into a different phase of business.
Right.
Not only to obviously grow your own, but to help other people grow along with you.
Yeah.
Tell me all about it. It's really exciting. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We decided to open another division where we do property management. So we are helping our investor clients manage their properties, find tenants, do screenings, and build wealth through real estate.
We like all of those things, especially when you have a helping hand, because we're in a beautiful condo out here in Austintown, and it's completely empty. And it looks like it could be an ideal place for somebody to be able to offer this for rent.
Yes. You know what? Almost any home or villa or condo or multifamily is a good rental property. You just have to run the numbers and make sure that what you'd get for rent is going to be cash flowing and that it's going to be a good financial decision for you. But the rental rate is high right now, as is the real estate market. And real estate's a safe bet for a place to put your money. At the beginning of COVID, the stock market went down, real estate didn't.
And here we are, still standing, quite literally, and very firm. And that's what we want to make sure that people out there understand, that if you're thinking about entering into that sort of passive income approach to your finances, you are going to need help. And making sure that you have somebody that's going to take over a space like this, that's not going to ruin it and cost you money in the end, is where you guys can come in and sort of help from, even just a little bit of help all the way full service, right?
Exactly. We offer whatever amount of help our investor clients need, so they can be hands-on or they can be hands-off and just collect a check in the mail.
We like that. Yeah. We like that. So what is your single piece of advice for people who have never been, a landlord before? What's
Honestly,
the one piece of advice?
The biggest thing for people is to just do it. So many people are afraid of getting started, or they overanalyze the first deal, or they really worry about all the what ifs. Everybody I know that took forever to get to one goes from 1 to 5 investments very quickly. It's that first one that's scary, And
isn't that just like a first kid?
Yeah.
It's like you're having like a first baby. The first one's always this. Now you have 4. And babysitting today. Yes. I was going to say, how many businesses do you run right now? Kelly, unbelievable to hear that. And, you guys are so kind and so much information that I think it's really great to be able to share that with everybody. So please tell them how to get a hold of you. It's not necessarily looking at just lots and lots of things online anymore. It's also getting to know whether the structure is right for them.
Yep.
So
for this specific division, they can email propertymanagement@kellysoldit.com, or as always, they can find us on the internet or give us a call or text 330-717-2689.
Okay. Maybe it's up for rent soon. You never know. Maybe you're the landlord.
Maybe.
She can make your dreams come true. She made mine constantly. I'm very lucky. Now is the time, Mike. Real estate is jumping.
I guess so. In my neighborhood too. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not just Youngstown or Warren or Columbiana. It's all over this area.
And to be as a rental property or to have a passive income, she's the person that will help walk you through how to do that. So.
Very smart. Very smart.
I cannot wait for this next one. The one that you've been waiting for.
Like, I wonder about something, and I think there's got to be a story behind it, and that's what happened in this case. Do you ever go through the stories and you see the Giarusa label and the little girl, or maybe it's a boy, and you don't know the story behind it? Well, we found the person that actually came up with the design, and I hope you find this as interesting as we did.
Just started like 30 days earlier, and so he's going, I hate to tell you this, but we're going to have to change everything. And so Tom had come and said, I'm looking for an idea. He said, I want to romanticize the brand.
Johnny Corey had a daunting task, but one he embraced. La Russa Brands was changing to Giarusa,
and he had to come up with a new look for the packaging.
I started sketching, and I knew what I wanted to do because I was a big fan of mascots. I was a big fan of icons like Jolly Green Giant, the Michelin Man, and so forth. And in the Italian culture and their brands, you saw a lot of icons and mascots as well. Mm-hmm. As an artist, you tend to reflect back on your childhood and to your experiences, and you look for inspiration. And I had become inspired by thinking about my grandfather. He was about 80 years old. Mm-hmm. I was about 8 years old at the time, and often he would come to me and say, at the end of the night, he would say, Johnny, can you help me in the garden? It was really nice, and he was so humble, and he had such a good heart. Everything he grew in that garden, it was pretty massive, he gave it away. He gave it to friends and family. Often it was always towards night. It was always like the twilight hour. We would begin watering plants and pulling things, tomatoes, cucumbers, carrots, and what have you. At that moment, I start reflecting back on how beautiful it was, because it was twilight outside, the stars began to form, the crickets were sounding off, mm-hmm. and it just really felt good, and I just never forgot it. So when it came time to do the brand, I reflected back in a big way and thought about that experience. As you can see in the painting, that's how it was played out, that starry night in the field.
Now he needed a centerpiece, and little Gia, as they call her, was born.
I just felt that using a little girl was just a little bit more cute and sweet rather than a boy. And I just felt like it would appeal more to the woman shopper. Mm-hmm. And I think it's been wonderful. I think it's one of those things that, in great brands you trust, and you need to trust in your brand, and you need to trust in the icons. I had to commission an artist from New York City mm-hmm. named Canuto Craft. She was wonderful. She had that mystical kind of vibe in the way she handled her paintings. Uh-huh. So we worked over a period of about 6 months on it. At the time, there weren't any text messaging so we worked primarily over the phone mm-hmm. and through email. And it was really great because she would make a change to the painting, and of course it's oil. So, you gotta watch what you do with it.
Along the way, the boss, Tom Zeiden, gave his input and his approval.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot riding on it. At the time, we were just a brand that just existed in mainly 3 states. It was Ohio, New York, and Pennsylvania. And so the importance of this brand was we were just now finding our way into the Florida market with Publix. And they needed the brand to connect in a different way than the previous brand that it was. So there was a lot of work and a lot was riding on this piece.
Why do you think it works so well? I mean, why do you think it resonates with the shopper? And that's the most important thing, right?
Yeah, of course. Again, I think the trust factor is there when I think everybody can read into it very well. They see something they can trust. Again, it's that majestic feeling that they get from it. She looks like she's full of wisdom, looks like somebody you can trust, and it's different. It's very different than all the other mascots or icons that you see out there. A lot of thanks to Tom because he had given me the opportunity, relatively a young guy still, and he gave me an opportunity basically saying, here's a white canvas, do what you please, I know I'm gonna love it. Which I really appreciated because you just don't get those kind of opportunities that often.
What's it like going into the store and seeing your work on the shelves?
The very beginning moments of that was really exciting. I was in South Florida and I was with Tom again, and I think we were either in Miami or South Beach. We were in one of the Publix stores, and for the first time I was walking down the aisle and he said, I think it's here in the store. He goes, let's take a look. So we were walking down the aisle and I saw that blue, that distinctive blue from down the aisle, and I started getting really giddy, and Tom was getting giddy. We both were getting excited. We're like little kids, and I was like literally jumping up and down. It was like really super exciting. And I felt like, now I know what that feels like if you're a musical artist, what it sounds like or what it feels like to hear your first song on the radio. Uh-huh. It had to be the same idea or the same feeling because that's what it felt like to me. Now when I see it, I don't think much of it because it's been there for so long, but I'll never forget that first year. It was magical.
So there you go. Next time you see the dark blue box, right, and the little girl
it's
Gia,
iconic.
then you know. And it's never going to change. He said there's, some things update throughout the years. He said, nope, we're going to leave it. It's just iconic the way it is.
I like it very much. I'm so glad you finally got to share that story. He's been waiting for years.
Took a long time. Well, if you grew up in Akron, like I did, the rubber shops were a big deal. Goodrich, my grandfather worked at General Tire. There's Firestone, there's Goodyear. So it's a big deal for this part of the country.
And Republic Rubber, we're going to take a look back with our good friend Sean Posey and explain what they did there and show you what the building looks like now.
Youngstown, Ohio was long noted for its miles of steel stacks, its gargantuan, fully integrated mills, and the oceans of smoke that rolled across the city skyline. But it wasn't just steel that kept the Mahoning Valley afloat. Other manufacturing concerns rooted in office goods, leather, and rubber buoyed the local economy and employed thousands. One of the most well-known was the Republic Rubber Company, originally known as the Mahoning Rubber Manufacturing Company. Formed in the early part of the 20th century, its backers were a who's who of the local industrial elite. Formed by a coterie of investors, Republic was an effort to compete with massive rubber companies in Akron, Ohio. And although Republic did not represent the beginning of a new rubber dynasty in Youngstown, it did become a crucial part of the local economy for many decades. Although quiet today, Albert Street was once filled with men, lunch pails in hand, strolling into the archipelago of industrial buildings situated near Crab Creek. Through these halls passed the steel-toed boots of thousands of workers. An enormous variety of rubber goods came off of the assembly lines to be shipped to locations all across the United States and Canada, and during World War II, to the battlefields of Europe and the Pacific.
That was interesting to me. I thought I knew all about, the rubber industry, but I never heard of Republic Rubber, so that was cool.
A big thank you to Sean Posey for so many of our historical pieces. We couldn't do it without him, so we're very grateful.
I think when we come back, we should recline in one of these seats.
I agree, and let's catch up with one of our local restaurant owners because we know that they've got some big stuff coming.
Yep, we need to talk about the resurgence of downtown Youngstown. That's on the other side of this break.
No hot water? Call A to Z Dependable Services. Our fully stocked rapid response water heater specialist will get you back in hot water in no time. A to Z is the only call you need to make. Only A to Z.com.
Welcome back. We are at the Golden Star Theaters, the Regal Theater here in Austintown. They have a bunch of locations stretching all the way down to Maryland, but this is the closest to our house, so that's why we came here today. And they opened last weekend.
And now we've got Ed.
Now we got Ed. You guys want to recline while we talk? Let's show people how these seats recline, by the way.
There we go.
So the feet come out first.
Unbelievable.
Then we go back.
And then it raises up a little bit.
Yeah.
So
I feel like an astronaut.
Still see.
I would be asleep after the previews. By the time the previews are over, I'd be asleep. How about you guys?
Yep.
Same here.
For sure.
Same here. Welcome, guys.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thanks for having us.
I'm going to come back down. I feel like I can't see you. Oh, now I can see you. There we go.
Eddie runs V Squared down in downtown Youngstown, and it's been closed, correct?
Yes. With all the construction going on, Mike, people couldn't come to us, so I decided to close it for a month.
Are they done with that construction yet?
No, end of September.
End of September, but you guys are going to be opening on September
8th. We're going back to regular hours.
Yeah.
Monday through Sunday. And we're going to have the NFL ticket for Sunday games. You know, we're trying to get back to normal and just going to hit it hard.
Now, we're showing some video from before COVID, and we've obviously, you know, Mike and I have enjoyed B Squared since the day you guys opened.
Pretty much, yeah, almost
and
exactly.
The menu, I mean, some of the things on that menu, I can't wait. The edamame hummus, I mean, your burgers, the pizzas, the meatball salad, of course.
Yeah. There's meatballs themselves. Yeah.
We're going to still carry all that, and I'm going to still create a new menu, come up with some new ideas.
Okay.
Have a new chef coming on board. So we're getting excited about reopening and get back at it. You know, guys, you've been around 11 years now downtown.
Can you believe that?
11 years.
The one thing that hasn't changed is the fact that you guys use steel light.
Yes. Oh, John Miles, he's the greatest, man. He's the best. The company is awesome. The product is great. You can't say nothing bad about that guy.
There's just something about the wine glasses and
Yes.
something about like seeing your food on those plates that just bring it to a different level.
It's a classy,
it really
classy
is.
product.
How are you going to keep, there are still people out there that don't want to go out because they think they can't be safe. What are you guys going to do about that?
Well, Mike, you know, I got dividers. You know, I got this sanitizer. We clean every 20 minutes the tables. We wash the bathrooms down every half hour. We're going to wear our mask. Everybody's going to be serving that way. It's just, the concern is what's safety for our customers to come in. That's who we're concerned about. It's the safety for them. I want them to come in, feel like they're at home. I want them to relax and have a good time.
Well, we are relaxed here, and thank you for inviting us here today,
thank you for coming. We appreciate it.
Wonderful.
Give them the days and the hours that you're, but I know you stop serving alcohol at 10 o'clock still,
Yes,
right? Is that how it works?
By the law now it's 10 o'clock till they approve it, until after. We're going to go Monday through Sundays, 11 to 10.
11 to 10.
Sundays, 11 to 10.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
Makes sense.
That meatball salad, I'm coming.
You're dropping your kids off at YSU. Get down there for lunch, right?
Yep.
And have
Yes,
some fun.
please.
Have some fun. All right, Lauren, we want to introduce, we have a new cleaning segment, don't we?
Yes, we do. Boss Ladies Cleaning Service and our good friend Jaime, who we've also known for many, many years.
Yes.
She's taken it to new levels, so let's introduce you to her and many tips to come. Well, fall is finally here. We've made it through the summer.
Yeah.
Hopefully people are able to come over and just small gatherings. It doesn't matter how big the gathering is, Jaime, my house is never neat. Never. It's never organized. This is like an improved version of what this dining room table usually looks like.
Yeah.
But I know I find myself in a situation from time to time where I have people coming in like an hour and I don't even know where to begin.
Yeah.
You're the boss lady, you clean, you do it from top to bottom.
Yes.
And there's a reason why you do it that way. So please explain, give me some tips, help me out. What's the apron?
My
I
apron?
like it.
So yeah, when we clean, we use a method called speed cleaning. It doesn't mean we're skipping anything. We're just moving efficiently and quickly through a home. And so part of it is, like you said, working top to bottom. Another part of it is having your tools with you.
Okay.
So like a construction worker, like anything, like you're sitting at your desk, you have all of your things with you.
Yeah, I got all
I'm
my
moving
stuff.
around. I have it with me. Like, yes, we have these bags, we bring everything, but we don't need this everywhere we go. Like in every room. So like it's kind of ends up stationed somewhere and you end up going back to it and back to it and back to it. So like we like to use cleaning aprons. I'm sure you could do something from Home Depot, like if you're doing it yourself, you can order them on Amazon. That's how I get them.
Okay.
But they have these great hooks here. So you can put one on each side. It's got like a hook back here. So you can like hook this on. We've got a bunch of pockets. So like, maybe I have my towel for my multi-purpose here, my towel for my glass here. My magic eraser, Sarah loved them, I love them. They're fantastic. In here, and then like my phone with my music.
Right.
In here, like let's go.
I feel like mine's never all that far away from me at all. But when I'm looking at the claws. All right, you said, what did you say here? This is for what?
Oh, like just one for glass, one for multi, it doesn't matter. Microfibers are more scrubby. So, but they're gentle, like they're not gonna be abrasive on anything. So like if you got this spot on the table right here, you can scrub it off.
It really is a spot right there. It really is. All right, so I'm looking top to bottom. What are the things, I mean, obviously getting rid of the clutter, I would think first, if I have to put it in a bin just to get it out of like...
When I come in and assess a room, and like you said before, like every house is different. I'm in a lot of houses with kids and pets. There's dog toys, there's cat toys, there's kids toys, stuff, paperwork. So the first thing I do is go in a room, say, okay, like let's get this stuff. Let's go, let's move it. Like people are coming. If we're gonna use the dining room table and our friends are coming over.
Everybody wants to make the soap bath bomb lab? Probably not, although it was a lot of fun and constant crayons. Like, this is my life though, for real.
So we're gonna organize it, and like, it doesn't matter like if it looks tidy.
Right? Just put it away to the point where you're not necessarily overwhelmed by it?
Yes.
Okay.
And then, so if you're going for like, people are coming over, like you're gonna hit the hot spots. But if we're gonna clean the room real fast, like we're gonna start up here, we can take the feather duster, whatever duster you have, hit the ledges, hit the lights, hit the tops of all the picture frames, hit the tops of these shelves, and then work down the walls. So you're gonna check the baseboards for fingerprints, for, you know, dog drool, whatever. Like there's always something somewhere.
Yes, there is.
And then once we get down the sides and the surfaces, then we just move on the floors and move out and go to the next room.
Is there give me 2 different types of cleaners that I need to be putting in here at all times that is safe for like the surfaces that you see, like the wood and maybe some like the printer and like.
So I love to use just a multi-purpose. So it's a pH neutral. It's I actually use it's a Thieves oil blend with essential oils. So it's just Thieves soap, smells great, and it's super safe on any surface.
Okay.
So you're not gonna mess this up, you're not gonna mess that up, you're not gonna mess anything up.
I don't wanna mess anything up. I already mess up enough as it is.
And then I just have a regular glass cleaner for anything like the glass, things that are shiny, and less is more with glass cleaner. The less you put on and the more you buff it out, you're not gonna get streaks, you're not gonna get those things, and it looks nice.
It's good advice as she was looking at my dirty windows from my dogs. Jamie, a wealth of knowledge. You guys have a wonderful team. You really take it all very seriously. Background checks, making sure you're wearing the masks, doing all of the above and all of the details. So give people at home the phone number to reach you and where they can, find out how to make sure that they don't have to do this themselves.
Yeah. Our phone number is 330-507-3630, and you can find us on Facebook at Boss Ladies Cleaning.
Well, thank you, Jamie. It's always nice to see you. Happy fall, right?
Yeah.
Quick cleaning tips, Michael.
That's what I need.
I know.
Quicker the better.
She's really good.
Yeah. And she has cooler hair than me, and it bothers me a little bit. I already knew Lauren's hair was going to be better. But then I see that, and then I just get a little more upset inside.
You have great hair.
Gray hair. Gray hair.
She's the coolest.
All right, before we go to break, knowing that goobers are chocolate-covered peanuts, knowing that raisinets are chocolate-covered raisinets, knowing that snow caps, raisins, are just chocolate chips with candy on top, rate them in order.
I'm going with raisinets.
Then what?
And then I think I would go snow caps.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Fair?
I'm starting to change my mind on snow caps. I wasn't a big snow cap guy, but now I'm starting to enjoy these.
You should dip it in some cheese.
Just dump them right in there.
Why not, right?
All right, we come back. We have a Canfield Fair update.
We do. We're going to hang out by the Big Rock and give you an update as to how they're doing a virtual fair this year.
The time is now. Steel Valley Lifts knows you deserve the best car lift for our best price. Double your garage space with lifts starting at just $39.95. Steel Valley Lifts. We hold firm on American values. The strongest steel and the strongest workforce make the safest lifts. Call our skilled service team today and find out why our customers have been with us since 1988. Trust is built on strength. Visit steelvalleylifts.com and trust us to lift you in the future.
Baby, you got some big feet. Where do you get shoes for those feet?
I buy them at Ryers, of course. They have all sizes, even for me. They're always tax-free and located in beautiful downtown Sharon.
Well, this year, the Canfield Fair, one of our favorite places in the whole wide world. It's a little different. We have George Roman. He is the director of all the fun stuff that usually is happening out here. So, George, welcome to Valley Spotlight.
Well, good morning, and thanks for the opportunity.
It is my pleasure to see you always. We have spent so many years out here having, the time of our lives and enjoying thousands of people. And this year it's a little bit more quiet, isn't it?
Yes, they were all, though, times where we made memories, and that's what we have to count on this particular year specifically.
And it doesn't mean that just because we're not out and able to be at the fairgrounds, they are taking it to new levels this year because of COVID-19. So the Canfield Fair is going virtual, and there are still ways that people are going to be able to participate in all those fun memories. So you guys have been through so much. So how did this all come to fruition?
Well, it's been a long process. Our marketing committee has put together this virtual fair.
Yeah.
It's going to be on Facebook or Instagram. You will still be able to create a memory of your attending the fair. There's going to be games, contests, different things that you can participate in, and still create that memory of the 174th fair.
Now, I have to admit, like every year I'd come out and I'd get the pin or, make sure that we bought something for our, for Sabina to sort of look back and know that she'd been to the fair every single year. What about that stuff?
And that's going to continue again. It's not quite online as we speak today, but it will be there. You can go to the Canfield Fair website.
Okay.
You can click on the link and it'll take you, and all of our souvenir items will be available for sale.
The kids that put in so much work, throughout the entire year when it comes to our 4-H clubs and those organizations, that's something that I've always looked forward to, being able to see what they've been able to do as a team and then, bringing that to that kind of agriculture community. What about them? What are you guys doing with them?
Well, that's the vital part of our fair here that we put on, and this year we're going to have a private showing, a private fair for the 4-H groups. They will show all of their projects, whether it's a sewing project, a pocket pet, or if it's a big steer that they raised, and it will go to market. Everything, the chickens, the pigs, you name it, will all be auctioned on their normal dates, Thursday and Friday of the fair. It will be a private event, though.
Okay.
If you do not have a participant in our 4-H group, you will not be allowed to attend and come on the fairgrounds.
All right, well, that's fair enough. For the people who are so used to the entertainment and the concerts and the food and all that stuff, I mean, there's just sometimes you just can't get around it, right?
Well, according to the governor, we're not allowed to have outdoor events with more than 10 people, and it makes it virtually impossible to have a show of that magnitude, with a limited crowd. We're all out in the open. We feel we could have accomplished something, but we just have to abide by his rules and regulations.
You've been doing this how long now, George?
Oh, me? Going on 35 years.
35 years of the Canfield Fair. This is the first of its kind, right?
First of its kind in forever.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope so. Anything else you want to add that I'm not touching on that you want people at home to know?
Well, again, just go to our website. You'll learn a lot of information. You can still create that memory. There's going to be opportunities for pictures at some point in time. You can come on the fairgrounds after Labor Day again. The fairgrounds will be open just that 5-6 days of the regular fair. We aren't allowing anyone on the grounds, but you'll be able to come here. It's still an opportunity to walk.
Yeah.
You can stand in front of the big rock.
I was going to say, since what, the 70s?
In the
this thing has
70s,
been
you
here.
can still get a picture with the rooster behind you on a selfie. So we invite you to come out and enjoy the fairgrounds, but just not those particular days.
Well, we hope and pray that next year it is completely different than it is this year.
Absolutely.
We appreciate your hard work and dedication to something that we all just love very much.
Well, thank you on behalf of the Fair Board for coming out on a nice sunny day.
You're more than welcome.
All right, thing you'll miss the most. Pick one thing from the Canfield Fair you'll miss the most. And don't count the tent where we signed the autographs and we met all the people. That's not what I mean.
Oh, the Vlahos Giros.
The gyros?
And the big pumpkin. Oh, God, I don't know. The list is so long. What do you think, Fred?
How about this is Fred. Fred, what do you think? If you had to pick one thing.
I don't know. I know it's boring, but I kind of enjoy the steam engines and the tractor.
Oh, you go down to that end.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You did say that you were going to miss that. Thank you for spending that time with me and George Roman at the Big Rock.
Yeah.
Darling.
Thanks for inviting me.
So this is Fred. And there's a reason why he's sitting here. But Fred normally, he has the show him what you do normally. Does that. And then he works on our website and social media and all the other great things in the company.
Photography and all the website work that we do for Bliss 360. This is the person who's been with me for many years, working on so many projects. And, well, then we fell in love.
Then there was an announcement to make on this week's edition of Valley Spotlight. Who wants to do the announcement?
You can do it, hon.
Go ahead. Yell it out like you're proud of it.
Yeah, so I proposed to Lauren.
Yes, and I said yes.
Yeah.
So we are officially getting married, and couldn't be happier about it. I love you very much, so thank you for asking me.
I love you too. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for supporting us, like for believing in us. Okay, like you have believed in this.
Yeah, and then us.
And then us.
But mostly this.
Right, and Ron too behind the camera. I really have never been happier in my whole life or prouder to do things that are good with good people, and you both are those things. You all are those things. And Fred, my life is not easy. My daughter, is, growing up, and there's so many things to deal with in our personal lives, and you make me stronger. You make me better. You are calm and just so.
Can I ask Fred some questions?
I just love him a lot, a lot.
Fred's from what high school?
Lordstown.
Did you attend college?
I did.
Yeah, which one?
Teal College.
Teal College, over in Western Pennsylvania.
Beautiful Greenville, Ohio.
How old are you?
34.
34. Have you been married before?
No.
No? Do you have a date set for this wedding, you guys? Because everybody's going to know, well, when is it?
Yeah, we were really surprised. As soon as we started telling people, the immediate reaction was, when's the date?
Well, we want to clear our calendars.
Yeah, so.
June 19th.
That's just made up.
No, it's not. June 19th of 2021.
No. Seriously, that's what we're going to do?
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do.
All right.
It's a Saturday, Michael.
I can make it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I can make it.
I'd like to do it in the summer, and with things being the way they are with COVID and everything, we decided that we should, wait a little while until
make sure it's gone.
Right. Let's hope so.
Things get back to
in the
normal.
area, or are we going somewhere else?
We hope to buy a house together and hopefully enough property to the point where we would have it in our backyard.
Yep.
What do you think?
Am I invited to the wedding?
Yes, Michael. You don't have to plan this one.
Just checking. I planned Lauren's first wedding.
He did.
It was magical.
It was great.
This
And
one, you're on your own, you guys.
Scott is, of course, very happy, very healthy.
Great
we
dude.
still make a great team
Great
with Sabina, and you and you guys get along, and I'm very, very thankful for all of that. So.
Well, congratulations. Not
Thank
just
you.
from me, but for everybody out there. I'll say it for you, and we're looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Michael.
Let's say goodbye and then remind people where they can watch this special episode.
Because that is what Fred helps make actually happen. So for people that watch online and watch on our website, that's all you, babe.
Yeah, well, tell them a good way to watch.
You can watch on YouTube, or you can watch on our website. You can watch on Vimeo,
Roku?
Facebook, Roku.
All of it.
Right.
Lots of places.
All right, it is back to school time for a lot of people, so our retromercial takes us back to a place you used to go shopping, right?
Yeah, so pretty much every year for a long time, we would go shopping over here at Hills for back to school supplies.
Awesome. So that's our retromercial. Thanks again to the folks here at the cinemas in Austintown for letting us come, Frank and the gang. Awesome place. Recline, enjoy the show,
Yeah,
right?
it's really great.
All right. See you next week.
Bye.
Of all the times of year when you get new clothes, back to school's the best. It's the one time of year when you can pick out your own clothes yourself. First, suggest Hills. Tell your mom about the really low prices. Great looking tops for $5.97, plaid skirts and skirts $7.97, knit tops $6.97. They've got more styles, more choices, and more value. Mom will be happy and you won't look like a dork. Play your cards right, you could end up with a wardrobe good for the rest of the year. Hills, the whole lot more for a back to school store.
If you like this video, subscribe to Valley Spotlight on YouTube and be sure to click on the notifications bell so you know when we've got some new stuff. You also can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to us on Vimeo or our Roku channel.